Hello, fellow artists. Today, the art element that we're going to be working today with is texture. Texture is the way something feels or looks, meaning visual texture. We're going to be doing visual texture on our monsters today. We want to give the impression that they're fluffy, bumpy, rough. So we're going to go through and draw 5 monsters and then add textured lines to make it look how it would feel. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw our monsters. We're going to have monsters that overlap themselves, meaning some are in front or the other. I recommend using a pencil first. I'm using a marker so that you guys can see the actual drawing. So I'm just using the lines and shapes that I've learned over the last few weeks of art class. I'm using shapes and forms, making sure that I curve the bottom to give that 3-dimensional look. I'm using zigzag lines that I learned in week 1 with line. Next, I'm going to use an organic shape. So we did organic shapes before. Organic means that it's free-flowing. There's no rhyme or reason to it as I add in my second monster. My third monster, I'm going to use that zigzag line again. I like that type of line. Think of a line that you'd like to use for its fur on its body. Next, I'm going to add in another organic shape. I like these organic shapes. They're just fun to draw. And then I'm going to add in a mouth. And then last, I'm going to do some curve lines. Almost reminds me of a cloud. I like that one. And this is going to be a Cyclops monster. So he's just going to have one eye. And then his mouth is behind this little guy, or this big guy's horn. Now I got to look at it and decide, how am I going to make visual texture? This little guy, I want to make him look fluffy. So I'm going to add curve lines for fluff. Okay, and then this guy, I kind of like this zigzag line, so I'm going to repeat that all over to make him imagine that these triangles are sticking up, and if I was to touch this, it would be bumpy. And then for this guy, I'm going to add on what's called scales. So scales, to me, I think they would feel rough. Or maybe smooth, depending on the creature. And then for this guy, I'm going to add some dots. So you want to think about different types of lines that you could do to make your monsters give that visual look of texture. I want him to be kind of hairy. All right, once you have those textures in, add color.